everybody. It's Robert with Threefold Defensive Training. I may not seem like it, but I'm actually really excited right now. I have been waiting for 6-7 weeks now to get the Infinity targets shipped to me. I was given the opportunity to become an ambassador for Infinity targets. The product looked pretty good online, and I told them I'd give them a shot. So they sent me, transparency here, they sent me a free full size and a half size, what they call their hostage accessory. So I have been waiting, and they arrived today, and I am going to unbox them. So I'm pretty excited. So first impressions on the shipping was that the shipping box is pretty ragged looking. It's like it made a few trips, not just one. We'll see how the internals look like when we get inside. There we go. Tape measure for specific reasons in a few minutes here, but we'll take a look. All right, so pulling the full size out of. So I had some technical difficulties. Ended up shaking my phone right off the stand over there. But got the targets out, and shipping label. That looks like there's another clamp in there. Check. Why you carry a flashlight? I don't know, for looking around inside boxes. So, anywho, yeah, sorry about the pause a minute ago, but it was just so that I could pick the phone up off the floor when it fell. We have a warning box. We only recommend shooting these targets full metal or ball ammo using hollow points, soft points, or slugs. Any other specialized tool will punch holes through the target and cause it to degrade quickly. Thank you for ordering from us. infinitytargetshop@gmail.com. Follow us on social media. They have an Instagram and a Facebook page, which hopefully I will be posting to or around. So the box is empty now. In the next day or so, after I get a chance to test these out. Just for reference, Infinity targets, they are out of Glendale, Arizona in the lovely United States. infinitytargets.com is the website, but comes with 2 clamps, pretty high tensile strength clamps that are made to hold the target up to the target stands. A pretty solid stand clamps. So first thing we're going to look at, let's take a look at the full size IPSC. Looks like it probably had some flex. The way they describe their target is they paint this so that it's easy when you need to repaint it, you just hit it with some spray paint. And I'll demo that the next video. But looks like, little paint when you bend rubber, it molds a little bit and pinches. The reason I asked for this one first, they offer one that doesn't have the lines in it. I wanted to try the one with the lines in it because what they say is you can just take your marker and instead of trying to put a template up, it's actually got these lines grooved into it. I don't know if the camera's going to show it well enough, but there's actually grooves carved into the rubber to give it its outline. They said this is supposed to represent an IPSC target, so I brought an IPSC target. And let's see how it measures up to a standard IPSC target. I'm touching on the ground. I will turn this around so you can see. Maybe not quite an IPSC target. As you can see, there's some edges. But here's the thing. On an IPSC target, if you're practicing on something like this and then you go to a match to shoot, you would be used to practicing on a smaller target. So not a bad thing to have a slightly smaller target. I'm glad it's not oversized. But yeah, so there's that. And then everybody's always done, or anybody that's always done IPSCs knows that when you have your A box, you've got your A box. So what I did is I brought a tape measure. Let's see if I can not drop the phone again. and I decided I would do some measurements. So starting at the top, the head A box on a standard IPSC from the factory is 3 by 7/8, 3 inches 7/8 by 2 inches. All right, so we'll go to the outside of the black line here, and we'll go to the outside, and we have almost exactly 4 inches. Oh, sorry, I'm out of the box. Nope, I take that back. 3 7/8 by 2 inches. So spot on for the target box in the head box. When you're looking at the A box, going from the bottom of the A box to the top, 11 inches by just under 6 inches, like 7/16. So go to the bottom of the box, top of the box, 11 inches by 5 and 7, or 5 and 15/16. So right there. Same thing. I probably said the wrong number there a minute ago, so you'll catch it on the edit. To the outside of the C is 11.5 to, make sure I'm in that groove. There, everything's moving. 17. All right, 17 3/4. So 17 3/4. Measure from there to there. 17 3/4 by 11 and just oversized. 11, 12 inches and 1/8. 12 1/8. So there you go. So not too terribly off as far as overall size comparison. It is pretty handy to already have this template out, so that if you just wanted to grab, you hit it with a magic spray paint, hit it with a magic marker after it dries, and dial in your targets. Not that you have to. For all intents and purposes, you could hit this with just your spray paint and completely ignore the lines that are on the box that are already pre-cut. So this is the upgraded version of the Infinity target, which is the one that has the pre-cuts on it. Not terrible though. I kind of like the pre-cut idea, especially for speed in classes. If you're an instructor and you want to just mark something out, it's already there. You could just mark, you wouldn't have to do the C, you could just mark the A. You could not mark the A, just mark the C. Those of us who shoot headshots, you can just mark out the headshot box. You could not shoot this and just paint it all white and use it as is. On the back side of this, this is nice and smooth, should take paint pretty well. On the back side, slightly rougher texture. So somebody had said, oh, so could you just spray paint the back side and shoot through this? I don't get that impression because the back side is the rubbered, more textured side. So I'm not sure how the paint would adhere, and I'm not sure that it would actually give you a good coating, which is nice because when we take this to the range, what you should see is when you shoot this paint, it should give you that splatter effect to see a good hit. So that should be nice. So that's the Infinity full size with the cuts. Excuse me. No, it's not COVID. And then you have your hostage accessory, which is what they call it on their website. It's basically, as you can tell, it's just the shoulders and the head box from an IPSC target, which should give you a decent idea of what you would use that for right there. You could obviously make your target smaller, larger, give them a shoulder to punch out, switch sides, whichever you wanted to do. But it would give you the ability to shoot a reusable hostage size target to work on those skills. Once again, doing our measuring, just gonna go from the top of the shoulders here. So yeah, almost spot on Slight differences. I'll use the black side against the white to come up with the idea that you can see that there. As you can see, you get a little bit of shoulder on this side, and on this side it's just a slight bit narrow. So not a perfect cut, but I mean, hey, we're humans. You're working with rubber. Have you ever tried to cut rubber? Always harder to do. So not giving them a bunch of grief about that. These actually look really cool. I am teaching a class tomorrow. So I will be using these in my CCW class, at least one set, to give it a try and see how I like it. It is definitely thick. You're definitely going to probably get a lot of use out of this. From what they say, you can get between 2,500 3,000 rounds through one of these targets before you need to consider redoing it or buying a new one. So I'm looking forward to running a test at the range tomorrow. We'll see how it goes, but for right now, I think it looks really good, and I'm really excited to try these out. Like I said, I gave the website. If you want to check them out, take a look. You can use 3FDT as a promo code if you wanted to order some, and that'll knock a little bit of a discount off. I think it's 10 or 15%. Off the top of my head, I don't remember because we set this up like 7 weeks ago. So yeah, really excited. If you're interested in getting some, go to infinitytargets.com. You can use the promo code 3FDT. It'll save you a little bit of money. I did find out that if you did, at least this weekend or so ago, I think if you do over $100, they give you free shipping. Because when you look at the shipping prices, you're going to be like, wow, that's expensive. But I believe that if you do over $100 order, it's free shipping. At least it was last weekend. So don't get too mad if I don't have that right. Anyways, I'm starting to say I'm a lot. It's time for me to call it a day. Have a great night. Be safe. Keep training. Check out our other videos if you like. They're not all great, but we're working on it. And be safe out there. Thanks.